NIDUS Review Take 2. This is VJ Franz K looking into this unusual video game experience. This time I'm using a controller instead of keyboard and mouse, and we'll see how the experience differs. Now, I've played computers but also quite a lot of console games, so perhaps this will be easier for me to play. We'll see. Remember to pick up all of the essence there. So once again, we have a wasp and a flower, and you are controlling both of them with your dual stick controller or with your keyboard and mouse, as I was doing in my last try of this. So the wasp is the offense, and the flower is your base or defense. But then the flower also has some offensive properties too, so it's got a complicated gameplay here, which I haven't totally got my mind around yet, but thought I would show it to you. Also just these interesting graphics and sound, which, as I said before, are kind of hypnotic, and they could be considered relaxing, except you really don't have much chance to relax when these monsters are approaching you. Alright, so I used the flower there to mark the enemy. So once the enemy is marked, it can be defeated. But I also noticed that some of the enemies don't like to be marked, so they will retaliate like that. They will begin to attack you after you've marked them. So sort of like a complicated strategy between defense and offense there. So I have this come back to the flower. See, the wasp is bringing pollen or whatever to the flower. Alright. It brings pollen to the flower, but because they are symbiotically linked, the wasp has to return to the flower. If its energy gets too low, which it can by doing these various things. So, let's see. Various strange monsters. And the bugs. Power-up? No, that one was not a power-up. I thought a scarab was supposed to be a power-up. Anyway, alright, come back to the flower. Now, see, I did something there. Come back. Alright, maybe once again I need to mark these enemies before my moth. I keep saying moth, just because I'm thinking of all the moth memes. The moth wants to... What's it doing? The moth wants to go to the light, the lamp, but... Alright, come back. Go back to the flower, not to be confused with a lamp, and then recharge your energy. Alright, here is the early boss, this caterpillar creature. All of these are sort of like our insects and sea creatures and such, but not exactly. So, alright, come back. When he is pink or purple there, that means, okay, so we stopped him. But now, here comes the real boss. So, and the last time I played this, I remember, we have to stop these eye marking. Turn. Wait, actually, I can do this. He did a cross-flower attack there. It is kind of... it's a different experience to play with the two different control styles. I guess this is easier, but it is still kind of complicated and difficult to remember what you're supposed to do with what, even after you've looked at the how to play a few times. See, come back. Oh, darn it, all my stars went to waste. You see, all of those flower stars are an attack that you can use as an offense. Come back. Come back. One more eye to eliminate on that thing. There. But now that exposes its real form, its true form. And its true form is more scary. Yeah, this is easier to play with controller than it is with keyboard and mouse, I guess. Even though I'm not a gamer who usually uses keyboard and mouse, I'll often choose the Gamepad. So just because it feels a bit more somehow connected to the situation. So I have to fight this boss, eliminate yellow dots on the surface there. Alright, and avoid those blades. You gotta keep different eyes on different parts of the screen here. Come back. They're working together, you see. That's what... Oops. See, it's hard to keep your eye on the moth, the bug, and the flower at the same time. Alright. Come back. Almost got him. Come back. Get him. Alright, there we go. Collect an upgrade with flower or wasp. So do I want better defense or an increased attack? I think I will go for better defense. I'm not sure which one I picked. Let's see, devour all realms and complete life cycle. So maybe I'm picking what level we're going to from this point. Maybe that was like a portal select or something there. I've unwittingly chosen the fate of the flower and the bug. Come back. It seems my flower has powered up a bit. Oh, I see. I better mark these creatures, and then my insect friend can deal with them. Some of these, I guess the friendly bugs are blue, like we are in this game. So that is a bit of a color cue in this case as to what we're supposed to do, but it is still a bit not so obvious. But it sure looks weird. Alright, come back. See, it would be great to have like a come back to home, but bouncing. I seem to have developed some more powers. Maybe back. Back to the flower. We need to mark some more enemies before we deal with them. Deal with them. There we go. Deal with them. Back. all those instructions are okay to memorize, but it's a little difficult to keep them all in memory while you're being attacked on all sides by bizarre creatures. Come back. Come back. So, some creatures can be fun. I was just trying to mark them. There we go. Come back. Come back. Difficulty rises pretty fast in this game. Do not expect a cakewalk or a relaxing walk in the alien park, so to speak. I'm back. More strength than he had before. Tracker symbols there. Those bosses. Alright, come back. Come back. It is cool to have all of this stuff be described to have you sort of learn this alien ecosystem. I think it could be useful for... Wow, that is loud. It could be useful for words to appear on the screen or something like, we need to recharge the bug or something. You know, just to remind you what you are doing wrong. Another mid-boss here. Back. Yeah, I'm having an easy time playing with the keypads. To use the tired metaphor, it is like walking and chewing gum with all of this stuff at the same time. So back to the flower, back to the dog. button seems to be worth doing. Whoa, what was happening there? That could be a question you'll find yourself asking lots. What is going on? Back. And it is admittedly fun to not know exactly what's going on. Wow. Alright. That is another ferocious creature. Appears to be a boss. And the fight you. Dodging. Mark some more creatures for you are able to give this game a skip. Now I'm quite familiar with twin-stick shooters, as well as bullet hell games, which, I mean, this is both of those things, and also it's kind of either. It's, you know what I mean? It's different. Well, after all of the similar games we played, it is refreshing to get some difference. I like this blend. Back to the flower. Get those things. better than it being able to bite us. Just don't get anywhere near that. Come back. Just pinch it. Pinchy phase and he has a shooty phase, but the shooty phase is mark, then there we go. At last we can focus on this one. What did we do about it? What is happening there, I wonder? Okay, little flower. My guy blocked the kicker. Oh wait, he can when he's spinning. Now the sign of defeat. Come back. Spread blue flowers everywhere. Oh, he defeated one of his eyes. Firing off these larvae. Okay, so we can the wasp can eliminate these larvae, so that's good to know. Still strike his head. He has a third eye maybe there. To strike its abdomen. Now we're using insect even though most animals do have an abdomen, it's more separated. Come back. I think my flower can feel over time. Assuming I don't close. I couldn't get him off our case. So there, it shows us having completed 2 lines of the flower. Let us see. We play. Just taking me back to the same level. I see. So maybe we're back to level 1 once again. Alright, so I remember reading that this was sort of like a roguelite arcade game in terms of gameplay. So that means that you have to go back to the first level every time, which is not something I really want to do, given how tedious some of these bosses are. Let's see. Alright, mark. I should get used to marking some of these enemies, because then my moth can do an easier job. Come back. I started doing the R-type key commands there for a minute. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do in that case. See, he attacks me immediately after I mark him. It's like... it makes me hesitate to even want to use that. Good. Yeah, this is... I mean, those sound effects do have something in common with classic arcade game noises, that would be this weird, chaotic soundscape of different things. In arcade, which you can still go and experience in various locations, or even in virtual reality at this point. Come back. Wish we could have a come back button. Alright, once again, we have to mark that creature. And then oh, did a flower laser there, which is something that I don't really remember exactly how I'm going to do, but when the bug turns pink, he is tired. He needs energy, comes back to the flower. But also, he is bringing needed food, or resources, essence, they call it, in the manual, to, well, I mean, by manual, it's a tutorial on the thing, rather than a complete manual, which, I don't know, a how-to-play video would be great, because it's some play action that is familiar and then not familiar. Alright, so all of those flowers on that. Got him. Alright, good. Am I actually getting better? Let's see. Come back. Maybe so. My brain begins to remember the controller. Wow, they got angry. Wow. Yeah, I've already turned down the volume, by the way. But we're dealing with high volume range here. It's like some sounds are really quiet, and I noticed they're all in stereo. So that is kind of cool, that you can notice the sounds moving around your stereo space if you have stereo speakers in your area. So come back. So first I've got to get that thing off my table. Then, there we go. Then get rid of this one. Mark him. Then come back. Then get the dots. The dots of energy. This time, alright, we're going to strike those eyes or whatever they are supposed to be. And yeah, I am imperfect. Come back. Go get him. Get him. Again, the true form of the monster is revealed. And it is a monstrous flower thing. Wondering, this is called rotational symmetry, where things are like a flower or a pinwheel, a star, or things. Rotational symmetry. Let's come back. I am a 6-petal flower, and that thing is... Is that 8 or 10? See, I'm not going to count. I'm just going to defeat it. Come back. Come back to the flower. It does have the sound of some alien or animal intelligence. The other question is, are some of these creatures not animal or plant, but something else? Alright, which one did I pick? I am not sure. Alright, this time I'll go for this one. So, do I end up in a different zone this time? Oops. Alright, ichor. So, I can absorb the ichor if I do the spinny thing. Oh, he's bringing... see, he's bringing more stars back to... He's bringing more stars back to the thing. I'm loading up with more stars. He's got 3 of them there. But if I do more, will he have... Yeah, he has more stars. Alright, we're making progress there. Come back. Get that. Come back here. A lot of stars. Fill up my petals. Uh-oh. A deadly stick insect that is firing a cannon at me. Am I able to mark this creature or attack it in any way? Did my stars distract it? basically. This is the sort of mid-boss that you would encounter in a shmup. Back. Insects that we don't even know how to deal with one of them. Oh, alright. So indeed, you're able to defeat the point on its tail. That's its weak spot. Got it. Write that down in your monster memory book. Mark that creature. I don't know, this could be a lot easier. I mean, making you have to use the dash attack is kind of a pain. Oh, alright, see? If I really, really focus on those 3 dots on the back of it there, I strayed right into the way. But use the star attack. Use the Star Force. One more dot. Just let me get that. Whoa. See, they don't want to let me get close to them. Hide outside of the door. That's kind of unfair. Concentration of enemies there. Alright, well. I see, so here I almost reached a second round. Let's see. Go back to the menu. We will look at the tips, and once again I will read them in an alien voice. We will see what they have to say. Use the wasp to attack. Press the right shoulder button to attack with spin. Release while moving to dash. So now press this way to use flower to mark. Press the left shoulder button will bloom flower, marking any nearby enemies. Some enemies must be marked in order to defeat them. We've noticed that already. Protect the flower. If flower core becomes empty, both flower and wasp will die. Bring flower essence to heal. So the blue dots that we've been noticing. Feeding flower larger amounts of essence will create stronger petal bursts. So 1 to 10, 11 to 20 are 21 to 30 different petal bursts, and that is an offensive attack from the flower, which is usually your defensive base. Wasp will run out of energy. Bring wasp to flower to recharge. So yes, when he turns pink and purple there, he needs his flower power. Combine spin and bloom to create echo blades. Causes slight damage to the flower. Alright, I still haven't exactly figured out how to do that, but it looks easy on this thing. When blooming, flower can aim with left controller. Aim to control direction of petal bursts and echo blades. Alright, very good. Wasp can convert enemy ichor into essence when spinning. Oh, when spinning. Right. So, that are the red dots, and they are shots as well as being power-ups. So he is absorbing shots as we do in some of these shmup games, these Danmaku. Dash through flower's core with Wasp to blink dash. So, yeah. Dash through blooming flower for stronger bloom dash. Causes slight damage to the flower. So, yes. Have the Wasp on one side. So collect upgrade for better defenses or increased power. Bonus point values 5 for essence, 25 for pupa and nymph. I still wonder, do you have to make them... Do you have to approach them to make them turn into the nymph? The fairy fly looks like a lightning bug. The butterfly, beautiful creature. And the scarab. I thought that we tried to pick up a scarab last time and it actually hurt us, but oh well, maybe. Collecting essence will build up a score multiplier. If flower is hit, the multiplier will be lost. So, oh, I see. So that is just a multiplier. If multiplier is maxed, butterflies will spawn. Okay, well, butterflies are good. Most people think so. Use Wasp to attack. Alright, we're back to the beginning of the tutorial here. Try to keep that in mind. One more round here of NIDUS, which is a indie game. Alright, I'll try to complete Delicate. You can play solo or you can play co-op, where one player in couch co-op is operating the flower and the other one is operating the Wasp. And right now it is just me here, so I can't really try out two-player mode, but my inclination is that it might be as or more difficult to play it in two-player mode, just because, I don't know. Have to test that hypothesis later on. Alright, so mark the bugs. Do both things at once for a stronger... That did something. Come back. Oh, get the blue stuff. Blue stuff, good. But why did that pupa die? Are we supposed to pick him up? Pick him up to help him grow into a happy pupa. I don't know. I don't get it. Alright. Come back. Alright. Mark more of these creatures. Come back. Okay, so what I'm actually doing by filling up the flower with blue and pink energy there is to increase its multiplier. Yep. Alright. We got problems here in Flower City. With a capital B that stands for bugs. Back. Alright. Starfish crab. rhinoids, brittle stars, whatever they are. Ferocious beasts, to be sure. Come back. Ah, I did across the flower dash, and that was more effective. Now that is an interesting design. It's like a bug, but it's also like two snails on Nautilus. A nice spiral design, and of course, color cycling graphics that were a mainstay of 1980s and 90s video game experiences. Then sort of fell out of favor as graphics tended more towards the photorealistic over time. But it's like we are seeing in the 2020s and, you know, the 2010s, I guess the indie game revolution. It is easier to create 2D indie games. Most people would say that. So many fascinating indie games have emerged in the 2D or the 2.5D world. Come back. Let's see. We go for 1 hour in the weird world of NIDUS. Survive. Evolve. I mean, are we evolving here? You've got to remember that evolution does not... You can't... I mean, you can learn, you can improve yourself, but you can't actually evolve yourself within your own life. Alright. Once again, the caterpillar thing. So, come back. Alright, come back. Back, flower. Back to the flower. Alright. It's growling. Like that. Alright. One more strike. You know you can do it. Alright. 1 hour in the world of NIDUS? Can we do it? Let's see, go back to the menu. Just look in that gallery for a minute. So, flower, monsters of various kinds. Flowers. The stick insect. Wow. Now that we're not playing, we can really appreciate some of the beautiful artwork here. And I guess it is hand-drawn. And yes, that does resemble a stick insect, which I believe is a relative of the mantis. So that is the first boss that we faced, the flower monster. Oh, we can vaguely see the outline of the other bosses that we will eventually have to battle against. So, NIDUS is developed by Caleb Wood. I guess it is a one-man production team, and that is cool. And these are the beta testers, probably. And it is cool that an indie game can be created by one person still. So that is a big reason to be looking into Steam, is just to know, just to be able to take part in it. And if you're in early access, you might even be able to influence Alright, we'll start over from 1 again. Just see if I can build up more flower power early on. triangle monsters, mark, and then strike. Let's see, so what do I do to make those little guys happy? Alright. Something good. Oh, a lot of flowers. But I should wait until those flower strikes can... I should wait until those flower strikes can actually do some good. Like now. Yes, see. The flower things were like blades. Alright. Now, wait. I should have waited to bring them back until it was, you see, strategically advantageous to do so. Yeah, those guys do not like to be marked. But if I don't mark them, I can't beat them. So it is a required danger to engage them in that way. More creatures materializing, trying to get at the flower. Don't you have a good respect for horticulture? Flower arrangement is a very important part of life, don't you know? Let's see. Come back. You see, if you study enough of this game, you will be able to do your anthropology homework as well as your botany. The study of insects as well as the study of plants. And considering all of this stuff, you might even consider it exobiology or even cryptozoology. Come back. Back, making those weird sounds. Come back. Outward. Come back. I wonder if they will make more weird content for this game over time. Do they have only one eye, or have I already... Oh, alright, you can mark the eye. Come back. There we go. Another caterpillar. I wonder what causes all of those bursts of like, come back. Come back. Ah, we beat him. We beat him. But then this thing again. What? How did my friendly little insect helpers there get destroyed? See, this time we used the flower shots in a beneficial way. Right. Opened the boss fight. An invitation to a battle with the monstrous creature. confused with Sonic the Hedgehog doing a spin dash or anything like that. Come back. Good. Balance of offense and defense have to be really strong here. Take that. Alright, I did it across the flower dash. Again, we win. This time I will power up the wall. Dragonflies, looks like. Alright, this time I'll go down this one. Maybe these icons each show you. Enjoy the music for a minute. Oh, look, you can see a ghost image of the boss. You can see a ghost image of the boss that you would be fighting. So what do we want to fight? Well, not that one. Well, I don't know. I mean, that looks kind of cool. Don't they all? Let's see. Stick, insect. Oh, thing with a lot of art. We've already fought that one. Looks like a big antlion. Okay, why not this big thing? Which probably is a mistake, because this may be the main boss or something, but oh well. You want to see it, don't you? Gotta remember to use my mark attack. Oh, I see. The three of them are arranged in a triangle formation there. So do I have to eliminate all three of them before... Can I walk in there? Oh, nope. I sure do not want to. Thanks for asking, but no. I'm not gonna do that again. Problems here. We'll try to get you into their triangle, and then they'll try and bite you. Not good. Come back. Mark the edges of the triangle. We can deal with that. I do like playing Geometry Wars, which is a more straightforward retro shooter, and there are a lot of good dual-stick shooters out there. Wow. They sort of boxed me in there, except box is not the word for it, is it? It's triangles. I don't know. When I'm doing my graphic design or artwork, I like to use triangles and hexagons instead of squares when I can, just because everything in our world is square. Everything in our mechanical world is square. And then so much of our natural world is round. Can you ever get through that safely? Maybe you can do a power dash or something to get through that trio of trouble. Come back. I should have done this entire thing in voice actor mode. Is it possible to fly your flower ship through the trio of trouble? See, I've let too many of these creatures get formed here. I need to stop some of them, or they will become unmanageable. And this is not a game that appears to let you rest on your laurels, so to speak. They will keep throwing more and more monsters at you until you can handle it. So you better handle it. Come back. Much stuff to deal with this time. Yes, it was probably foolish for me to step into that gate with that large boss, because it's probably the final level or something. Creature sounds continuing, much like a classic arcade game would do. Anyway, we completed another 1-hour journey into the world of NIDUS here, and so I will finish this video. But I've had an interesting experience looking into this colorful and strange world of alien bugs, flowers, and other species. Okay, so here is a look at bosses, or maybe mid-bosses that I fought. Right. So these are mid-bosses. These are flower monsters. These are bug monsters. That's a weird one. The trio of trouble. I'm sure they all have names. I can see the shadow shape of these bugs there. Anyway, thank you for watching here on VJ Franz K. Please like and subscribe. Leave any thoughts or questions that you have. And we will continue looking into mostly creative tech, but why did I want to look into this game? Well, it is kind of obvious, because instead of a work where you create something, it is an author who created something creative. So it's nice to appreciate a work of art, and if you do, you may be ready for this game, but you may not be. It's more difficult than I expected it would be on the learning curve. So, and also, even though the graphics have a sort of hypnotic quality, it is definitely not a game you can sort of take your mind off things, because you've got to constantly be keeping the balance of offense and defense with your flower and your wasp. So, wait, I'll go over here and then do a mega flower attack, and it didn't do anything. Oops. Let's see. Mark them, and then, but little by little, I'm going to learn how to play this game. But I might not have entered it if I realized how actually, I don't know. The sounds also definitely, the sounds could be considered triggering for something. I'm not exactly sure what. Let's see. go. It is a bit tiresome to have to play through the early levels, or even the start of the early levels. What is it doing when it does that? Come back. Mark the bad guys. Mark them. Sort of feels like when you're arriving on a new planet, you don't know what is going on. But you need to stay out of trouble. Come back. Occasionally gaming videos as well as virtual reality, and now what we are calling spatial computing with the Apple Vision Pro. That is me using both buttons at once. Very stronger flower attack. Alright. I'll get active. Come back. Use flower bullets. Back. Sure to stick around when I review Sea of Survivors in entirely pirate voice. That should be the one. Oh, see, I was talking. Alright, thank you for watching.